All right, getting off to a little bit of a late start here. It is Tuesday, February 27, just after 7 a.m. here on the West Coast. This is one of those mornings where it's taking me longer to find charts I like. And basically, I had to go to larger charts today to find charts with wins. How do I explain it? Basically, two of my charts have one loss in the overnight, or one entry that didn't work in the overnight, and then two of my charts have no entries that haven't worked, but they're very limited in the number of them. So I'm not really sure how today's going to go. It feels a little bit iffy for my strategy. Yesterday, when I started and turned on the charts, I was able to find four charts just very fast that all had no entries that didn't work. So today is a bit different. I'm going to start with these accounts I haven't traded yet. So I'm going to start with 34. And we'll just see how it goes. I actually found a chart, and while I was looking for more charts, the chart that I had found had an entry that would not have worked. So I then had to, it was the first chart I found, the fastest chart I found too. And so it was a good thing I wasn't ready to trade yet, because that would have been a loss right off the bat. So we'll see. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a day like yesterday for me, but never know. All right, so picked up a loss here. I'm not surprised, given how hard it was to find any charts that didn't have a loss on it for the session. And that's why I chose one of my newer accounts that 19 or 90% off on these accounts that I just got. So I was willing to sacrifice them first on a day like this. All right, so let's see here. So now I'm down to 3 charts. All right, so I'm going to switch off this chart. I'm going to stick with the same evaluation, considering that I don't really like my charts today so far, and the first trade was a loss. I'm willing to blow up this account if the day is going to be a bad day, rather than affecting one of my other accounts. So I'll just stick with this account for the next couple trades and see if the day starts to work out or if it's just going to be one of those days. We'll see what happens on this one, if it triggers. It's funny, it's like yesterday's, for as much as I felt like yesterday was going to be a good day when I was 8-0 when I started. Today, when I started, I felt like, oh man, I'm not sure about today. So to get a loss on the first trade is not really surprising. Just given that was hard to find charts I wanted to trade with. Most of the charts had at least one loss already, and it wasn't like early in the overnight session. It was like right before the regular session started. So I'm sure I'm going to find that there will be days where, it's probably just better not even to trade based on how the charts look in the morning, and to go for it. If this gets triggered out, it'll be real interesting to see if this one will work. Today might just turn into a test day. All right, so that one worked. All right, so even though this one worked, I'm still not feeling confident about my charts. So again, I'm just going to stick with this evaluation for now and just let the charts prove to me that the first trade of the day was a glitch. And I'll kind of use this day in this account as kind of like my way of testing a day like this, to kind of see like, okay, even though I picked up the first loss on the first trade, my second trade was a win. You know, am I going to go on like a 5-win streak now in a row? Or is this going to be a day where the charts end up getting very mixed up and not consistent? And, I think the smartest thing for me to do is not put accounts at risk that are in a good place. It makes more sense to test a day like this on a account where if I lose it, it's not a big deal. It was, $15 on the 90% off. And it's the first day I traded it. So if I were to lose the account, or if it was just going to be pretty damaged like this at the end of the day, because more losses come, then at least I'm not affecting the other accounts. It's one thing when I have all good looking charts, and the charts were, there were so many of them that 4 charts came to me easy. But today, it really took me quite some time to even find the 4 charts I wanted to use. And then like I said earlier, the first chart that I found, actually, by the time I found 4 charts, the first chart I found had picked up a loss in that time, that if I was ready earlier, I would probably be 0-2 right now, actually. So I'm just going to use this account 34 as my scratch account for the day, at least for the first part of the day, and just see how things go before I decide to risk any of my other accounts. And this is just part of kind of, I think dealing with the new strategy and testing it and seeing, what kind of days work and what kind of days don't work. Because, like I said yesterday, when I ended up having the 8-day yesterday, when I started the charts and was looking at it, I was like, oh, wow, this is going to be a good day. It's like all these charts are working, it was like symbiotic amongst all the different size charts. So I just had a feeling like, okay, everything seems to be in sync. And then today is the opposite. Today doesn't feel like things are in sync at all. All right, so I'll just wait for the next one here. Working off of 3 charts only now. We'll see what the next one looks like. Also, again, for anyone that hasn't watched me before and is checking this out for the first time, I use different charts. So even though I'm 1-1 right now, I've got this 1 win and 1 loss. You can see the markers here of the loss, but it's marked on the chart that I took the trade on. So it's not that I'm not showing the loss. It's just that it happens to be on a different chart now. And that's typically what happens after a loss, because I won't trade the same chart again afterwards. And then looking at my loss, you might say, well, why did I take it? It was a bullish bar, bad signal bar, right into the EMA. Looks like 1 leg. You might expect a second leg. And my answer would be because my system, I'm not trading by any rules for each individual setup. I'm trading the consistency of the chart. So it doesn't matter what the setup looks like for me. And that's how I was 8-0 yesterday. And today I'm 1-1. So let's see how the rest of the day plays out. Also, I think it's good that I'm able to modify my game plan as I go and not just be so rigid that I just stick with like, oh no, this is what I was going to do today. And even though even though I started off with a loss, I'm just going to continue my plan. I think it's good that I'm recognizing that today's charts aren't the greatest. And, just like I said, things don't seem to be as in sync between the charts as they were yesterday. So, I think I'm making a good decision, even though, I can argue on one side, my original game plan, this loss or this win that I just picked up could have been progress on another account. But when I'm just not feeling confident about the day, then I think it's better to narrow my risk to the one account that matters the least and just see how things kind of play out, at least for a bit. I had a great day yesterday. And so, I think I could use today as just let's just see. And then hopefully come back and look at charts tomorrow that look great and can feel the confidence to stick with what's going to be my usual game plan of just going one account at a time. But we'll see. I may pick up a string of wins here and then decide to start trading other accounts too. So we'll see what happens. The nice thing though is I picked up that loss. It was the first trade of the day. And I don't feel any sort of way about it, which is great. I think that might be the most important thing about the way I'm trading now. And just where I'm at in my trading is that I recognize that the one loss just isn't a big deal in the overall picture. I'd rather take a loss on this account than any of my other accounts. So, 34, 35, rather than any of my PAs or any of my evaluations that are already making progress. And so it's great because it's not like I'm trading like I used to trade max price action trading system where I'd get upset because I'd feel like, oh, I made a mistake. I took a bad trade, you know, and be upset about it or feel like I did something wrong. No, I'm just following my strategy. It didn't work on this trade. That's fine. Luckily, I chose an account that mattered the least to me. It was an untraded evaluation at that point. It is the first trade I've taken on it since I picked it up for 90% on Sunday. And that's why I started with that account, because looking at today's chart, it's just like, okay, well, I'm not sure about today. I don't want to risk one of my really good accounts on the first trade. I want to see how it goes. So yeah, just, you know, I think it's great. I don't get really high on the wins, and I'm not getting really low on the losses. And I think that helps in trading in general. Yeah, just see what the next entry looks like here. All right, so I just moved it in case there's engulfing after my entry. If it doesn't engulf, I'll move it back, just like my first loss. All right, so let's see if moving it saved it or not. Doesn't look like it will. Yeah. All right, so 2 losses. And did I blow the account? Let's see. Yes, this account is blown. All right, and that's why I stuck with the same account. I'd rather blow that one account and lose $16 or $15, 25K account, than have risked another one of my accounts today. So it's a bummer, but that's how it goes. So now I'm going to have to decide. Well, it actually looks like I don't have any charts left. So let me take note of this and do my stats, and I might be done for the day. All right, so I'm just looking at my charts, and they all picked up a loss in the same spot, the ones that I had left. I mean, I could just do a quick scan through some of my regular charts and see if any look like they were holding up, but it looks like I just have a bunch of charts that are just mixed and not very good. So I think that's enough reason to call it. Let's see. Yeah. So it's going to be an early day for me. You know, that's how how it goes with the market, right? You have an 8-0 day, and then you come back and get humbled with a 1 and 2 day. The great thing again is the way I'm using my Apex accounts. Like, I'm so glad I didn't pick up a second loss on one of these other accounts that are in good standing, especially one of my P accounts. I kind of used 34. It was a brand new evaluation that I just bought for $15 on the 90% off, and losing it just doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I'd rather lose this one than any of my other ones. So I actually don't feel too bad about it. I'm actually not surprised. I had a day like today where I had a couple losses early. It's funny how with this system, turning on the charts and just seeing like, okay, there's no great charts, like nothing seems lined up. It just seems like there's kind of inconsistency at everything I was looking at. I looked at so many charts this morning, so many different tick sizes, and it just seemed like everything was out of sync. So no one ever likes to lose. I don't like to have a losing day, but I'll take it. I'll take it this way over getting it on my PA accounts or any other ones. So I think that'll be it today. I think I will go enjoy the rest of my day and be back at it tomorrow. So thanks for checking this out. And it just goes to show, no matter how good the system is or how good a day you had, start off the week 8-0. Actually, yeah, I messed up the weekly stats, didn't I? I shouldn't have erased it from yesterday. I was 8-0. So it's actually, I don't know what I was thinking here. I just caught that. So it's 8-0. So now I'm 9-2. So let's make these weekly stats at least be correct. 82% for the week. I was treating the weekly stats like they were daily stats. There we go. That's more like it. So even though I started the week 8-0, have one bad day, 9-2, and overall, it's still good. So I gotta keep in mind the bigger picture, right? I'll absorb this loss. This loss won't even, really matter to me. What will matter to me is getting to a payout and passing some more evaluations that are further along. And we'll just treat that for what it is. It's $15 that I lost today. And moving on. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. 80% discount ends tonight. You could use this code or any other. I'm not going to add any account tonight. It's already a lot of accounts. Yesterday I was 8-0. Didn't even get through all the accounts that I have that are active. Sorry, I got distracted here. So I'm just going to stick with the 9 current active accounts, and this eventually will renew and reset for 80% in a month from now, and I'll just wait. I'll wait until then for that, and otherwise, that's my day. So use this code or any other. Like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow between 6:45 and 7 West Coast time, and hopefully it'll be a better day again. Hopefully it'll be more like yesterday and less like today. All right, I'm out of here.